When I was learning to play the saxophone, one of my favorite things to do would be find a saxophonist that I really enjoyed their playing and their tone and their style, and find as many recordings by that person as possible and really transcribe. I think that's really the key to learning the instrument. And it also doesn't have to apply to saxophone. If you really like a trumpet player or a vocalist or something, if you try to really transcribe and get inside their head and see the notes that they're playing and how they do it, that's a great way to learn. The next step to that, now that we have the internet, when I was growing up we didn't, but it's there's a lot more resources to find out what reeds that the players are playing, or mouthpieces, or their horns, and that really helps in describing how they play. I know that when I switch from different mouthpieces or different saxophones, it makes me play different notes. It just rings different things. So if you're really trying to get inside the head of somebody, do the research and find out what they play. This would be the be prepared tip. This is extremely important, probably more than anything else. You never know when you're going to get a call to do that one all-important gig, or whoever might need you for a session, or at what point you're going to audition for a band, and you have to be prepared for it. You can't, well, I'll do it, can we do the audition in a couple of days? They usually need you for that call later that afternoon, so you have to make sure you always have a reed that's well broken in and prepared, and you're well warmed up all the time. So that makes it very important that you do the practice every day, keep your reeds together every day. Just be prepared for that phone call. That you wake up that day, that could be the call that could literally open the next door to your career. Again, you've practiced all of your scales, you know exactly what you're doing, everything's flawless, but you get out on the gig and you want to try a new kind of trick. Well, one of my favorite players that I absolutely idolized this guy was Junior Walker from Junior Walker and the All-Stars. And he had this special technique of flutter tonguing, and it could be very effective, especially in a very loud funk or pop rock and roll situation, you know, competing with the screaming guitar solos that are blazing at 1,000,000 decibels. The flutter tongue can be very effective, and this is what Junior used to do. If you remember Shotgun. He had that little growl on that top E flat. So what you do is you hold out the note, and your tongue literally does a rolling, like if you speak any of the Latin languages where they roll the R. That's exactly what you're doing with that situation. So the way I like to practice this is you hold the note. You're going to have to squeeze a little bit tighter because the pitch, your throat's going to open up when the tongue rolls. So you have to squeeze a little bit tighter on the reed and just let the end of the tongue flutter tongue against the reed. That's all there is to it. This is what I like to call the next step. You've just graduated from Super University 101. You know all of your scales flawlessly. Everything's in tune. You're playing absolutely perfect. Any Coltrane transcription that is sent your way you can play, but you have to make a living in this business. And that's what a lot of guys neglect, is how are you going to make a living in this business. For me, what's helped me over the last 20 years has been versatility. The saxophone, I've done a lot of pop recordings or pop tours, and it's about being versatile, also being able to play keyboards, work on the computer, as well as doing the saxophone, because every song doesn't have a saxophone in it. So now that you play that well, you have to be versatile enough that if someone calls you to play accordion, yeah, I can do that. Whatever it is, you be that utilitarian that can get you in the door. And so it's really important, again, to be versatile. Learn other instruments, percussion, learn keyboards, enough to get by as a secondary player, and you'll be absolutely invaluable.